You know what's been really on my mind lately? The whole balance between strategic and financial logistics. It's uh it's trickier than people think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because if a company focuses just on cutting costs, they might save money
Mm-hmm.
now, but could run into big inefficiencies later on.
Right. Like you can't just look at the numbers without considering the bigger picture.
Exactly. It's like trying to save pennies but losing dollars in the process.
Yeah. So strategic logistics is the big picture stuff, right? Like where to
Exactly.
place warehouses and how goods move.
Yes, and financial logistics ensures those plans are cost effective and sustainable. It's all about balance.
But how do companies find that balance? Is there a method to it?
Well, that's where the total cost concept comes in. Instead of going for quick savings, companies look at logistics costs holistically.
Right. So considering transportation, warehousing, inventory, administrative costs, all of it.
Exactly. All these costs are interconnected. For example, reducing inventory might cut storage costs but could lead to stockouts.
Oh, yeah, and stockouts mean lost sales and unhappy customers.
Right. So it's a balancing act. Businesses have to plan strategically to control costs without compromising efficiency.
But in practice, that sounds really complex. How do companies manage all these moving parts?
Technology plays a huge role. Predictive analytics helps forecast demand, so companies don't overstock or understock.
Mm-hmm. That's like using data to see into the future.
Exactly. And real time tracking tools provide transparency, reduce fraud, and ensure compliance.
Yeah. But logistics is full of risks too, like fluctuating fuel prices.
Absolutely. Fuel prices can really eat into profits if they spike unexpectedly.
So, how do companies deal with that uncertainty?
Some use fuel hedging strategies. Like Mascargo, they locked in fuel prices ahead of time to protect themselves.
That sounds smart. But isn't fuel hedging a bit of a gamble itself?
Well, it can be, but it's about managing risk. It's better to have predictable costs than be at the mercy of market fluctuations.
Yeah, makes sense. And then there are unexpected disruptions like the pandemic.
Exactly. Companies like Top Glove adapted their supply chain quickly during COVID-19. Flexibility was key.
So being able to pivot fast can make or break a company in a crisis.
Definitely. And collaboration is crucial. Internal teams need to align with logistics goals, and supplier partnerships should be strategic.
Right. Not just about getting the lowest price, but building strong relationships.
Exactly. And measuring performance is essential, using KPIs to track logistics efficiency.
Mm-hmm. But I sometimes wonder, do KPIs tell the whole story? What if they're too narrow and miss the bigger picture?
That's a valid point. KPIs need to align with overall business objectives. If they're too narrow, they can lead to suboptimal decisions.
Exactly. Like if you're only measuring delivery times but ignoring delivery costs.
Yeah, you might end up with expensive express deliveries that hurt your bottom line.
So it's about choosing the right KPIs and interpreting them correctly.
Absolutely. And looking ahead, sustainability and technology will reshape logistics.
Going green and automating processes?
Yes, companies that embrace green logistics can reduce costs and improve their brand image.
Yeah, but implementing sustainable practices can be costly upfront, don't you think?
True, but the long-term benefits, cost savings, customer loyalty can outweigh initial investments.
I suppose it's an investment in the future.
Exactly. And automation can increase efficiency and reduce errors.
But what about the impact on the workforce? Could automation lead to job losses?
That's a concern, but it can also create new opportunities for workers to upskill.
Mm-hmm. So companies need to manage that transition carefully.
Definitely. It all comes down to strong leadership and effective integration of strategic and financial logistics.
Companies that get this right will stay ahead of the competition.
Exactly. It's about balance, adaptability, and forward thinking.
Well, I have to say this has been enlightening.
Agreed. Logistics is more complex than it seems at first glance.
Yeah, it's like the backbone of business that keeps everything moving.
Without efficient logistics, even the best products can't reach customers.
So true. Well, here's to companies finding that perfect balance.
Cheers to that.